I do as well. In fact, let's just do it, and then we can continue on talking about teams. Why not? Who do you guys want to go first? You want me to go first? You want someone else to go first?
You go first, coach.
Okay.
What, top 6?
By the way,
Yeah.
have you boys watched Netflix?
No.
The Nightstalker, that new documentary series. Yeah, the boy does look like Cavani.
He's
He's going to come into your house in the middle of the night and shoot you.
Oh, wait a minute, Scotty. Scotty, I've not finished it.
What?
I've not finished it.
Spoiler alert.
Don't know
Spoiler.
what happens.
There's the murderer.
Wait a minute. Wait, are you talking about the detective or the fucking Nightstalker?
The Nightstalker.
Oh, mate, you fucked it for me now.
Oh.
I didn't.
Yeah, he turns out he ends up signing for Man United.
No,
it's a great fucking documentary. Like.
Don't say anymore. I'm binge watching it right now.
Get it finished, Matthew. Come on, mate.
He has a great.
Well, at least I know when
PSG.
I'm watching it and I'm seeing the boy kick around LA like brutally murdering folk. At least I know he looks like Cavani now.
He moves to Paris and plays for PSG for a little bit as well.
Edison Cavani.
Right, Josh, go top
Right,
six.
I'll
What's your
go.
top 6?
We don't even need to do them all at the same time. I can name mine, and then we can continue chatting about teams. But
We're gonna know who's your number 1, who's your number 2, number 3.
I tell you what, let's do reversal, because we always talk about the top teams. Let's do I'll do the bottom 3, and let's chat about that first, because we always do the top of the league.
Right.
It doesn't have to be in any particular order, boys, if you don't want it to be.
I've got it in order. I've got points total in order and everything.
I've got it in order.
I don't know mine.
I've done mine in order. I've not put a points total down, Scotty, but love the commitment.
Goal difference and everything, mate.
Matt, have you not done the homework, pal?
Yeah.
Matthew's not done.
It's all in here. It's all in here. Hurry up.
Right, I've actually gone for what the bottom 3 is currently. And I think that's how it is. I've gone Sheffield United to finish rock bottom, quite simply because I don't think they have enough going forwards. They don't have enough to get enough goals, basically, and which I was actually really surprised by. Pretty sure I wrote it down here.
You should get extra points on this homework.
Yeah, hold on. They've actually.
Show you're working.
Sheffield United haven't even conceded the most amount of goals in the league. They're actually 4th for that, which was quite surprising. But they just don't score enough. So I think they go down bottom. I then think West Brom, because A, I genuinely think they're really poor, but B, I just really want to see Sam Allardyce get relegated to the team when he takes them over, because he annoys me, and because West Brom always get points off.
Is that because they 2 points off Liverpool and no one else?
Yeah, massively. And then I've gone for Fulham. I like Scott Parker. I think they've got a bit more bite in them. I think they've got the characteristic of him in the team now, but I just don't think he's experienced enough as a manager. I don't think they're experienced enough as a team compared to, you look at Burnley, who are ahead of them, who've been in the league for a while, and Sean Dyche. You look at Brighton, who I think have got a decent attack. The only team that I considered maybe switching out with Fulham personally was Newcastle, because they're pish. They're absolutely pish. Like, they can't defend, and they've got Callum Wilson, but like, they just don't create any chances. They don't do anything.
The gloves are off now.
The gloves are off, according to Steve Bruce, and if that was the gloves off the other night against Arsenal, then by God.
Get the gloves back on.
By the way, I love Newcastle. They're probably actually, if you said I couldn't support Liverpool anymore for whatever reason, I'd have Newcastle as my English team. So I hope they don't go down, but...
You can't slag them and then start sticking up for them.
Well, I'm just being honest, but that's personally my bottom 3. I don't know if you guys have gone for much different, but someone else can take it away if you want to mention what yours are.
I'll do mine, because mine is some. I think West Brom will go above Fulham, but I still think they'll go down. So I'll put Sheffield United bottom, then Fulham, then West Brom. I think Big Sam will grind out enough points to get above Fulham, but I don't think they'll catch the likes of Burnley and Brighton in that.
Do you know, West Brom and the team have conceded the most goals this season. They've conceded 43.
Have they?
Yeah, 43 goals.
But Big Sam will secure that up a wee bit.
Big Sam has. Do you know who's conceded the second the most?
Liverpool.
Who'd you say, Scotty?
Leeds.
It is 42 goals they've conceded.
All right, Jeff Stelling.
I know, mate. Get me on Soccer Saturday when Stelling retires, mate.
Soccer.
So Greg, you've got much in the same. You just switched around West Brom and Fulham.
Yeah.
Fair. Matthew or Scott?
I went Sheffield.
Okay.
West Brom, Arsenal, No, I went Newcastle. Sheffield, West Brom, Newcastle.
What has made you think Fulham will finish higher than Newcastle?
Because they were winning 1-0 against Man United. So that's what right. I like Scott Parker. I think he's got those boys playing for each other. There does look a bit of quality going up front. And they had a tough run of fixtures, to be fair, and they got a few good, decent draws. I think they've got enough fight and still enough quality to go forward. Whereas you watch Steve Bruce and fuck me, they look hopeless some games.
Yeah.
He's got Callum Wilson up front that doesn't want to play him. Put, what's his face, that just runs about all night.
Joe Linton,
yeah, against, who's they playing against? And they just put 10, they refuse to play a striker. He's like, nah, we're not scoring tonight.
Joe Linton sounds like someone that is like a local in Gullen that gets pissed at the club every night.
Yeah. No, that's Joel Mason. Sorry, Joe.
Joel Mason.
Good Liverpool man.
Good Liverpool man. No, I mean, before you go ahead, Matthew, I don't know what you think about this, but Fulham and Scott Parker, I thought from a coaching point of view, they were trying to open up and play the modern way of playing football, which I understand, but they had no bite to them. They weren't hard to beat, right? They were easy to beat. And Scott Parker as a player was he got in there, he battled, he liked to dig in. He has that about him. You can see when he does his press conferences with Mourinho. And I just thought if he can put that onto the team somehow, but still have them play that way, which is fine, then they would start to pick up points. And they're harder to beat now, aren't they? They're harder to beat. They should, if they carried on the way they were, I think they would have been down there with Sheffield United with like no points. So fair play to Scotty P. I think he's done a decent job, and I think that's showing he's improving as a coach too and learning.
Like what he's doing there, harder to beat, grinding out draws, and then that's building confidence. And that draws can lead into eventually you start beating other teams around about you. I think that could be a good success. Yeah.
Matthew, what's your thoughts on it? Since you haven't done the homework, but based off what we've said.
I don't think Fulham go down.
All right. Well, can we get your bottom three?
Sheffield United, West Brom are going down. I think I want to put Burnley in there. I think they're in serious trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Can't score.
I think it's just gone so stale there, and I think it's really dangerous. And I think folk are now knowing what to do to play against them. Straight 4-4-2. Wood Barnes. I just think I'm a little concerned for Burnley, so I'm just gonna try to be a little different here, and I'm gonna go Sheffield United, West Brom, and I think Dyche gets the sack and Fulham and Burnley go down.
Would you put Barnes in your fantasy football team?
I was about to say
yes or no.
You put Ashley Barnes in your team.
Fucking gamble, man. Calm down.
That was a shocking decision.
Watch Burnley beat Liverpool the weekend or tomorrow, whenever it is.
It's an interesting point about Matthew. I want to come on to that in a second, but before we do that, are we all in agreement Sheffield United are gone?
Yeah, they're gone.
Oh yeah.
Sheffield United
does he get sacked? When does he get sacked? Or does he get sacked?
Of the season. They may as well start playing championship now.
They'll give him a year.
Here's my genuine opinion on that, right? Is they clearly massively overachieved last season. Massively overachieved, and God knows how they did it looking at them now. I think with that squad, they should have been fighting relegation last season anyway. They weren't, for reasons I can't explain, and I don't think anybody can. And now they are, and they're down the bottom. And I don't think you sack him. I don't think you sack him because he got them up there. He did that well. I think they're playing at the level now, and what we talk about expectations, not risen so much.
You can't keep someone because they done well last season. They're sitting rock bottom. They're doing absolutely shocking.
Yeah, but do you not think that they probably should be there?
Yeah, the board of directors aren't going to go, he probably should be bottom because we're shite. Actually,
but this is what we talked about last week, right? Like expectations and context. I mean, they just so massively overachieved that.
But then surely are they underachieving this year then by a little bit? Because nobody wants to get relegated or expects to get relegated. Surely.
I mean, to be that bad at the bottom of the table, yes. But if you look at that team should be fighting relegation.
Yeah,
that team should be in the bottom three, 100%. If you look at all the other teams in the Prem, that team should be in the bottom three. That team is, let's do it right now. That is a worse team than Burnley. That is a worse team than Brighton. That is a worse team than Newcastle because at least Newcastle have someone like Callum Wilson who can nick you some goals, which is huge, right? And I actually don't mind Newcastle's keeper, and I think they have a couple of decent centre-backs. And then after that, you hit Wolves, who are on a different level. But that team is worse than
14.
What's that?
Wolves are 14.
Yeah. We're gonna chat. We're gonna chat about Wolves.
Had a bad few games.
But
Yeah, just heads up. My laptop's on 10% here.
just plug it in when you're not talking, and unplug it when you are.
Just mind if it's a delay, there's no way.
So all right, we're in agreement. Sheffield United down. We've all agreed that West Brom are down, and then I think it's an interesting point you make, Matthew. Burnley might have hit that point with the same manager, a lot of the same players, where it might just
They haven't evolved.
Yeah, they haven't. And Sean Dyche needs a soother as well because his throat's been killing him for years.
Sean Dyche.